of the class. So the logistics of the class, we talked about the handouts, we talked about how to be courteous and respectful as regards to phones, laptops, when to answer your phones, what I expect of you, things that you need to bring to class, the book, that kind of thing, what to use, all that. Okay, now I covered all that. Now I'm going to switch today, and I'm going to start with Blackboard. Do I use Blackboard?
No.
No, I do not. I said that at least 5 or 6 times in the last class. I've gotten 3 emails/text messages looking for assignments since Monday. I've gotten 3 text messages/emails asking where are the assignments on Blackboard. I do not answer. Okay, the whole point of the handouts and everything I do is to tell you that I don't use Blackboard, but some people just refuse to listen. I just don't understand it. Huh?
It was messed up the other day.
Yeah, it always is messed up. That's why I don't use it. Right now I'm trying to find it. I thought I already logged in on it, but it's about half-assed because every time they log you out and you can't get back on. And let me just go here. All right, so there it is. All right, here's what it looks like, and I'm going to go down to 155. Which one are y'all? 155.12. I'm going to go to 155.12, and this is what it's going to look like. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, Hubert, why are you showing us Blackboard if you don't use it? Well, Tri-County Tech wants you to use Blackboard whenever possible. I don't. But they want you to use it to go to MyLabs Plus. So this is how you do it. You hit MyLabs Plus, and you hit MyLabs Plus again. Now, your computer may do this at home. If it does this at home, and I went over this Monday, but if it does this, look up in here at the top right-hand corner. And what's going to be up there? Either it's going to be a shield, or it's going to be a red X, or it's going to be a red X in a box, or a red X in a shield, whatever your computer puts up there. Right-click on it, and hit Load Unsafe Scripts. It may ask you, again, it may have a red X up there beside that star. It may have a red X or a red shield or a red square in a shield or something red. Right-click again, and it will say Allow Pop-ups. Now, did we cover this Monday?
Yes.
Okay, I'm covering it again. And then you come to this. Did I tell you the other way of getting to MyLabs Plus besides Blackboard? Did I?
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm fixing to show you right now. Okay, in order to go to Blackboard, straight to Blackboard, you type in, and write this down, do it after you could do the Blackboard. Do the Blackboard thing, keep Tri-County Tech happy, and then after you get out of it and you want to go back into it, go to this place, www.tctc.mylabsplus.com. That is what you want to save to your desktop. Now, while I'm at it, Oconee Hall, there's 3 of you. How many of you used MyLabs Plus before?
I have.
I can't see. Okay, 1 of you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what'd you use it for? Math or science or what?
Math.
Math, which one?
120.
Okay. What about the other 2? You haven't used MyLabs Plus at all?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you at the end of the table.
I have.
No, sir, I have not.
Okay. All right. Okay, what about Easily? How many of you have used MyLabs Plus?
I have.
Okay, raise your hand because I can't see your mouth move. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Have you used it? MyLabs Plus. Okay. So see, I'm talking to people that's never used it before. So if you haven't gone to it yet, go through the Blackboard, go to it, log on, then if you want to, get out of everything and then go to this, save this to your desktop, and you just click on it. And when you click on it, it's going to ask you for your username and password. And I'm going to log out, so there it is. Now, if you notice, mine is H. McClure. Well, my TCTC email is hmcclure@tctc.edu. So I do not put the @TCTC. You put the H. McClure, and then you put your password at Tri-County Tech. And if you don't use a password, it may be your T number. Capital T, 000, blah, 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 blah. So make sure you can log on either through Blackboard, which is less dependent than the actual website. So please make a note, www or www, wherever you're from, .tctc.mylabsplus.com. Everybody with me? And when you hit login, it'll take you to that same page. And you are 155, whatever, so I'm going to hit 12 because I'm sitting at Anderson, that's why I'm going to hit it. And this is what it looks like. There you go. Now, I'm going to take the handy-dandy whiteboard. We're going to do some highlighting. I want you to get you got highlight, you don't have to have highlighters, but I want you to write down the several different things that I highlight in your notes. I want you to highlight or make a note of assignments. Well, it's not one. Damn Russians. Okay, assignments, grade book, chapter contents, and e-text. Now, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence, but I do have people that email me and ask me, where do I find the homework? Yeah. I also have people ask me, where do I find my grade? So, since people have asked that before, I go over this. I'm sorry, but I do. Assignments, homework, quizzes, and tests, and your final exam. I do not give quizzes unless I feel like it. So that means everything that you're graded on in Hubert's class can be found under what? Assignment. So please make a note of that. Now, again, I have to explain the grade book because some people can't figure it out. This is your overall grade. One of the reasons I do my Labs Plus, and one of the reasons I brought it aboard back in 1997, 98, when I was first hired, I was hired in 96. But one of the reasons I brought it aboard was because I thought, in my opinion, a math course, it's busy work grading math tests, okay, and homework. And to me, I thought a computer could do it a whole lot better and a whole lot faster. So that's one of the reasons I started bringing it into the classroom. And that's what Gradebook does. I don't grade anything that y'all do. Okay? Some of y'all might need to write that down because y'all are going to, somebody, not somebody in here, but somebody in one of my classes this semester will email me or text me by the end of the semester and ask me, what's my grade? All right? You don't ask me anything. You know, one of the reasons I love My Labs Plus is My Labs Plus doesn't have eyeballs. So they can't see if you're black, white, red, brown. They can't see if you're male or female, if you got red hair, blue hair, green eyes. If you flunk a test, whose fault is it? Yours. Okay? I don't touch your grades. So you can't use that excuse. All right? Now that's the grade book. So anything you need to see about, that's where you need to go. If you need to review a test, that's where you need to go. If you need to review homework, that's where you need to go. Chapter contents is just basically each chapter. This is where you can find extra problems that do not hurt your grade. Extra problems are called study plan. I'm going to show you all of these, but I want you to write this down in your notebook so you'll know what these things are so you won't ask me. Okay? E-text. What do you think the e-text is?
Textbook.
Look
Textbook.
online. Online book. That's where you can print out your book and you don't have to buy a book, because everybody that pays a tuition technology fee, I think it's $111, that's basically paying for all of this, and you don't have to buy a book. You're paying for a book and you're paying for access to this online. Okay, who has a question on those four? We're going to go through each one of them. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to click on assignments. Well, I was hoping. Hold on just a second. I want to fix something before I start on it. Assignment manager. Go to test. Make this one. Settings for class. Available today, so everybody can have fits and worry about it. What's today? Today's what, 9th? And what time is it? Somebody tell me, is it 12:45? So we're going to make it 12, and it's due at 9th at 2 o'clock. No, we out of here at what, 1 o'clock? There. Okay, and that's it. Now, this has nothing to do with y'all. Please don't go home and say, oh my God, I got to test you at 2 o'clock. People, y'all need some medication or something. All right, so go to main menu and assignments. There it is. Okay, now notice on this, I want you to notice something on the test. What does it say right here? What does it say at the top of the page right there?
Due.
Due. And then it's got a date down here that says what? 1/9/19. So MyLabs Plus tells you when the assignments are what?
Due.
Due. It also tells you what? The time limit. It tells you how many chances you have to take it. And it tells you your grade after you have what? Taken it.
Finished.
So that means all four of those things you don't need to what? Ask me. Now, what if there's nothing there? Then you don't need to what?
Worry.
There you go. I like the way you think. All right? You don't need to worry about it. Who worries about dates? Who worries about turn-in dates? Anybody want to answer that?
Procrastinators.
Procrastinators. How'd you know I was going to say that?
So they wait till that.
They wait until the last minute. So I don't give them the dates. Okay? So if you're a procrastinator and you're going to have a problem with that, you might need to go ahead and drop. Now, that's where the online, that's where the outline comes in. Let's go back to the outline, because that is the most important. So let's go to the outline, and let's pull the outline up. 155. And here we go. The outline is in the syllabus. And there it is. And we look at the outline. Now this is amazing, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something. This is really amazing. When you get down to the end of the outline, what does it say at the end, right here? Test. So that means when we get to 5.6 and 10.1, that means you need to be thinking about what?
Test.
You need to start thinking about a test. And that's when you're going to start seeing an end date on your homework. The way I do things, and this is the way, and everybody write this down if you have to. You don't have to write it down, but if you understand it. When I get to 10.1 and I finish 10.1 material, I'm going to say, okay, it's ready for a test. We're ready for a test. Now, since we have these 50-minute classes, which suck, I don't have enough time to do the homework and the 10.1 and do the test. So chances are, I'm going to say, okay, we finished 10.1 today, so let's see, what's today? Wednesday. Friday, we're going to go over the test. which is test review. So that means right in here is a test review. All right? After we do the test review, I'll pull the test up, we'll look at it, we'll do the problems, and then I'll say, okay, now I got to put a date on this test. And I say, okay, I go in there just like you saw me pull it up a while ago. I go in there and I say, today is the 7th, so that means next week it'll be the 14th, so it's going to be due on the 14th. Boom, I set it, then it's yours to do. Then I go to the homework and I say, okay, today's the 7th, so I'm going to make the homework due Friday. That way, Friday at midnight, everything turns off at midnight with me. Okay, so Friday, that gives y'all Friday afternoon after class to finish any homework and send in any questions on that Friday. Just send me questions so I can go over them so you can finish your homework Friday night, which should be this section right here, 10.1. Now, if you didn't do any of the homework and you come up to me and say, well, Hubert, I've got to do 6 sections of homework before midnight tonight, what am I going to say?
Too bad.
Look.
You made your bed, what? Lay in it. Exactly. Capiche? That's the way I do it. That's the way I do it. I'll go through 1.2, I'll go through 1.3, I'll go through 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.6. At the end of 5.6, I'm going to say, okay, guys, we're going through 10.1 Friday. So that means what's coming up Monday. That's how I do every single unit, every single one of my classes. Okay? That's how I do things. So nothing is going to sneak up on you unless you don't pay attention, you're not cognitive, dopehead, deadhead, or you don't come to class. Capiche? Yes, Hubert, I understand. Thank you, class. I appreciate you being interactive with me. Y'all suck. Y'all ain't going to interact with me. Y'all just going to be quiet. Yes, Hubert, I'm going to just be quiet. Son of a bull. Why y'all doing that to me? Why y'all just going to be quiet like that?
Because we're tired.
Tired?
Tired of what?
Oh, don't even get me started.
I just got off work.
Where you work?
I work at the store uptown. Like a little, it's like TJ Maxx.
Oh, bless your heart. There's no way in Haiti I could deal with do your job.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a waitress either. You ever seen that commercial where the guy's in a restaurant or a little diner and he orders a sandwich and the waitress comes back with his sandwich and he looks at it and says, I didn't want mayo. And she takes the top of the sandwich, pulls it off and scrapes the mayo on the side of the table. That would be me. Okay? I cannot deal with the public. I can deal with the
I'm
public.
a waitress, and sometimes I want to do that.
Oh my gosh. That's why I use Amazon. I can't deal with it. My son and my daughter, they laugh at me. If I have to go somewhere, I go to 24 Ingles, 24 Walgreens, and if I can't get it at those 2 places, that's it. I do not go to town because I will probably kill somebody or die trying, okay? I can't handle stupid people. I can't. No?
Like Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, no. L.A. Walmart. I won't go to L.A. Walmart. And you can't get me to North Side Walmart. But L.A. Walmart, no. That's depressing. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll shut up now. Y'all got me off track. All right, so let's go back to the assignments. Let's go back here. So, anybody got any question on assignments as far as homework? I mean, where is it? You know where it is. All 3 of them. Homework, test, quizzes, exam. There's an exam. You can't click on it because it's not due. Okay? None of these. See, the ones that you can click on are blue. See? And they're also on your calendar. When you go to my course and you go, there should be a calendar come up. When you pull your calendar up or pull it up, there should be a calendar you can see. You might have to play with it to get the calendar to come up. Let's see, my courses, no, that's not it. I just did it twice. I did, blame it. There we go. Manage course home, there we go. Somewhere there's like a calendar you can pull it up, and I don't know where it is, but you not need to play with it. Look, there are no grades yet. Wow. Assignments. Here we go. Look up there. Assignments. No due date, no due date, no due date. No due date is technical terms. You don't need to worry about it yet. Just do your work. That's what it means. All right, so let's go back to the assignments. I'm going to show you something else. Show you some of the homework. Here's the homework questions. All the homework questions are pretty self-explanatory. That's not the one I want on 5 point. Hold on a second. I went to the wrong homework. I don't want to do those. Let's do 5.1. There we go. Now, the button I want you to write in your notes is right over here. Question help. Let me find one that's real simple. Okay? No. Okay, no. Okay, there we go. Find the prime factorization of 105. Well, the first thing I do is I have no idea how to do this. All right, go to question help. Now, this is when you're at home. Okay? I can do virtual office hours with Skype, okay? But I can't come to your house and show you how to do it. All right? But I can let you send me this question. Or you can go through and do some of these things before you send me the question. Help me solve this. Help me solve this is what we call a guided tutorial. Okay? What is that, Hubert? Help me solve this is a guided tutorial. I'm just going to put help. Help me solve this is a guided tutorial. What is a guided tutorial? A guided tutorial, there's two types of tutors in a tutoring lab. There is the tutor that goes, okay, 2x plus 4 is equal to, or 2x is equal to 4. What is this? And then you say, well, it's an equation. Well, what type of equation is it? Is it a numerical equation or is it an algebraic equation? And you go, it's an algebraic equation because it's got a letter in it. Yes. Okay, now what do we do to undo multiplication? What is that tutor doing before they even show you how to do the problem? They're asking you what?
Questions.
The guided tutorial asks you questions. Now, why would you use that? Well, let's say that you've never done prime factorization. Let's say you have no earthly idea what that is. Then you would use the help me solve this. Okay? Well, what's the difference in help me solve this and the next one? The next one is view an example. View an example, just show me. That's the tutor that comes in and says, okay, you want the help with 2x plus 4, 2x is equal to 4, all right, equal sign you need to do on one side, you need to do the other. You divide by 2 to undo multiplication, divide by 2 on the other side. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2, so you get x is equal to 2. Did I ask you a single question? No.
No, you didn't.
This is when you are reviewing. So put question and put an X through it. Does not ask you questions. Who uses it? This is the most used because a lot of the time y'all are reviewing because you've had the material before in a K through 12 setting. Okay? You've had it before and you can bring it back real quick. So the two different tutorials are for one you've never seen before, and 2 you have seen before. And that's the tutorials. Okay? The reason I show you this is because a lot of teachers, they just show you how to do the homework and they don't tell you what the help me solve this does, or they don't tell you what the question help is. Some teachers turn it off. Now that one I don't understand. But anyway, question help. What about a video? Now, y'all are bright people. What do you think a video means? A visual learning aid. So we're going to let you look at it for a second.
For example, prime factorization by branching. write 1500
Shut
as
up.
a product.
I do not do branching. Okay? So I would highly suggest not to do branching on your homework because I'm going to show you a whole lot easier way. Okay? But I had to pick the wrong video. But anyway,
Of primes.
I'm just going to
And there's
fast
a couple
forward.
of
We're
15,
going to do
3 and
that.
5. So the prime factorization
That's
of
it.
1500, and then proceed with factoring. 30.
The whole point is that's a visual learning aid. Okay? Don't do the visual learning aid don't do the tree thing, okay? When we get to this, I'll show you how to do it, but I would not suggest it. All right, that's a visual learner. A textbook, that's for you readers. I can't read the dadgum comic book without falling asleep. I have to use Audible. Y'all ever used Audible before? If it
Yes.
was not for Audible, I would be illiterate as far as books go because I cannot read a book. I read one page, I fall asleep. Anybody like that? Okay. What makes people do that? Now I can sit through a movie and I think it has something to do with our visual cortex or something. When you don't have something to look at, it puts you to sleep. I can read the funny paper and I'll fall asleep. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I cannot read. Some of y'all can read War and Peace in like 2 hours. Okay, that's for you readers. Takes you exactly to that place in the book where it's found. Okay, so again, you really don't need the book except if you just want to carry it around because it will pull that section up if it ever does. And there it is. So turn to page 204 in your book. You don't have to if you don't want to. And that's the page right there. You can print it out, and boom, you got what you need. So that's the reader. That's the reader, the person that reads a lot. Now, the most important one is this one right here. I want you to all write that down. Ask my instructor. This is how I set up my class. So Friday or Monday when I start, I'm going to be looking for questions that y'all have sent from doing any of the homework if we get to that point. Okay? So here's what you do. Well, I've gone through, help me solve this. I've gone through view an example. I've gone through the video. I've gone through, and I have no earthly idea how to do this. I'm just going to ask him. Please, I'm going to misspell it so you'll see that I sent this just now. Please help. I have no clue. And I'm going to spell clue, C-L-U. The reason I'm doing it is I want you to see that this is real time. Okay? Send 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007. I don't even see it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. How do I know I just sent it? There it is. Please help. I have no clue. And there is the question. So Friday, when you all come to class, if I've got 5 or 6 of these in my folder, I'm going to click on them and we're going to do them before class starts or at the beginning of class. So I click on that blue link and there it is. And we will go over that question just like you sent it to me from home. And we'll go, okay, prime factorization, blah, 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 blah. Does everybody see how I do that? Now, what if I do 5.1 material? Y'all go home, and Friday, I get no questions on 5.1. What does that tell in Hubert?
You don't have to review it.
Exactly. You understand it. Squeaky door gets what?
Agrees.
Exactly. If you don't do the homework, then you won't know if you understand it or not. So the way I set up my class is if you do the homework, you're going to send questions or not send questions, and then I'm going to know from you doing the homework, I'm going to know Friday if I need to review it or if I need to move on to the next section. So you've got to do your homework so you, as students, can gauge the speed of the what?
Class.
I put all this in your lap. All I do is teach. Anybody got a question on homework? And that's how you work the homework. The homework pretty much is a good portion of the class, 20 to 30%. And it's an easy 20 or 30% if you do it correctly. If you do the procrastinating thing, then you pretty much, that ain't gonna work. Not with the way I have it set up. Because what'll happen is, Miss Smith decides, well, I'll just do it whenever he gets close to the test. All right, what's wrong with that? What if she has questions? Oh, I'll just send him a question on 5.1. I got 3 on 5.2, got 5 on 5.3, and Hubert's not going to do a single one of them. Why? Because what has the rest of the class been doing?
Been doing that.
They've been doing what they're supposed to, and we've been moving the class accordingly by the 90% of the class. And then your DA come in here and what? Oh, I'm just going to send it to him on Friday, and we have the test Monday. That ain't going to work. I'm going to say, well, those are 5 questions, but I can do them after class for you, and you can stay after class, and we can go over them. I'm not going to stop the test, because some people use that to stall. I'm not doing that. The only questions I will go over that last time is the last section questions. Y'all see what I'm saying? 10.1.
Yes,
I'm not going to go over 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.5. I'm not going to do that. So that's not fair to the ones that actually do the work. I'm an equal opportunity person. I think that everybody pulls their load, and if you don't pull your load, I don't believe in redistribution of grades. I don't believe in that. All right, or redistribution of time. So that takes care of that. Let's move on to the test.
I got a question, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So in conclusion for the homework, when we went up there and we looked at on the actual assignments and the homework, you said that there was supposed to be a due date. If we do not see a due date, me personally, I've done like 1.2 homework already, and it didn't have a due date. Is that okay, or will it always have a due date? Or
it's kind of a double-edged sword with me, and I'll tell you why. I'm glad that you're doing that, and that's one edge, and I'm happy about that. But sometimes I omit sections.
Okay.
You see, so I wouldn't get too far ahead. In 155, I don't do a lot of omissions. So I think you'll be okay in here.
Okay, but in conclusion,
yeah.
In conclusion, you will have due dates set?
Yes, the due dates
All right,
will come
good to go.
up. This is what you need to work. This is how you know what to do homework-wise. If I cover 1.2 on Friday, then Monday I'm going to cover what?
1.3.
And questions on 1.2 at the beginning of class. When I finish 1.3, you're supposed to go home and work on 1.3 that night and the next day. So if I cover 1.3 on Monday, you should have questions sent, and we're going over 5.1 that next Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, the next time we meet. So you need to use what I go over as a gauge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go back to the test. So here we go. Here's the test. I click on it. Why is it? What time do y'all get out of here?
1:15.
Darn, I'm already out of time. This sucks. Okay, we'll go over the test Friday because I'm not gonna finish until we go over the test. But when you hit the test, here's the 3 things I want to tell you about the test, and we're not ready yet, so don't start going into convulsions. I'm just not going to open the test yet. We'll do it Friday. The test. On my test, I usually give you 3 to 5 chances to take it. Now I'll explain that in just a minute. You have 7 days to take the test. And I let you have the highest grade.
This is a joke.
Okay, so when I give you a test or a final exam, it's going to follow that same criteria. Now, why would I give you 3 to 5 chances? Now, this was a Math 101 or a Math 102 or a Math 110 or a Math 111 or a Math 140, 141, 142. Those are all your algebra calculus classes. Algebra and calculus is nothing but 100% repetition, repetition, repetition. Everybody with me? This is not one of those classes. So usually you're going to get about 3 chances on your test instead of 5. Okay? And that's because you don't do a lot of repetition. In this class, you do more of thinking more than you do repetition because it's not algebra. Now there is, Unit 2 is algebra, but we're not going to go into it that depth where you need that repetition. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm usually give you 3 chances. If you make a 40, a 50, and a 90, MyLab Plus will automatically calculate the 90. You don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I've already fixed it. Takes the higher of the 3 grades. Okay, so that is a bonus question on your test. How does Hubert count your unit test? He takes the highest of the 3 grades. What about the final? I give you 2 chances on the final. Why do I give you so many chances? So y'all can't muck it up with a bunch of excuses. My dog died, the computer wasn't working, lightning hit my house. And y'all do that. Not y'all in here, but students in general. Okay? You have 7 days to take it. Why do I give you 7 days? Because if I gave you 1 day, you would have a funeral to go to, or you'd have 5 flat tires, or your 5th grandmother died last week.
That's nice.
You know, y'all have, I had a student had 3 grandmothers die. Most people have 2, but this guy had 3, and I realized, I meant 4. Most people have 4 grandparents, but anyway. He just had, I think he was just lying. But anyway, highest grade. It takes the highest grade of the 3. So this is true with all your tests, unit tests, and your final exam. Now, let me go through and tell you one thing. If you make a 0, or you make 100, and a 0 and a 0 because you didn't take the other 2, this is the question I get. Well, if I make 100 on the first test, do I need to take the other 2 tests? What did I just tell you?
It's going to take the highest.
Which is? I do have students that can't spell mom backwards. Okay? Now that's with all the tests and all the exams. So that takes care of that. Now, I did not cover the test, and I will cover that Friday. And we'll go through and I'll show you the test and how it works. And then after that, we probably are going to start. Okay? Who's got questions about anything I covered so far? Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all Friday, since we got to have classes on Friday. I'll see y'all Friday at 12:40. Y'all have a good day. If you need to hang around and ask questions, do it. I'm going to stop the recording.